control. It is something like, so in the network, no one is superior. All are equal. All the devices are of same priority. There are n number of devices in this local area network. All are of same priority. No one is superior. Whenever they want to send the data, they can send the data and they need to use certain mechanism for it. That's all. So we can't observe anything here. We can't control the other person. Like I can't restrict the other person from sending. I need to decide whether I need to send the data or not. I need to think only about my data transmission. I will not worry about the others. I mean, I can't control the others. I can't reserve the channel in prayer. That is random access technique. So in the random access technique, or we can also call it as contention method, no station is superior to another station. None is assigned the control over another. I don't have my system don't have control over other system. So I can control only my system. If I want to send the data, so I can send or I may not send. But I can't restrict other system to send the data. Or either I can't make the other system to block it for block the data transmission for some time. That is random access control. There is no scheduling of time for station to transmit. So it's not like allocating a time interval is also not allowed. So at this point of time only I should send. At this point of time only other person should send. Like that, reservation or time allocation is not allowed in the random access technique. So initially, an technique called as pure Aloha was designed. So in the pure Aloha, station can send the data whenever it has frame to send. Say, let us assume here there are 4 devices, A, B, C, D. Let's consider it as A, B, C, D. 4 devices connected to a local area network. They are in the same proximity or same area. Now everybody has data to send, let's assume. So according to the pure Aloha, the devices can send the data whenever it has frame to send. No restriction. Now, when my say I am the data link layer at one device, whenever my network layer gives the data to me, I will send the data. I will not worry about the others, and I don't have any right to control the others. So whenever I have a frame to send, I will send the frame. So because of this, let's assume A has 2 frames to send. So it has sent one frame first. After some time, it has sent another frame. B also has 2 frames, C also has 2 frames, and D also has 2 frames. Now, if everyone starts sending the frame whenever they want, maybe at some point of time, collision occurs. If you observe this, so here there is a collision. See, at some point of time, at some part of the frame, that is, the data may get collided with each other. May not be the entire frame get collided. Some part of the frame may get collided with each other. Then what happens? The entire frame will become useless. Even if some part of the frame is corrupted also, the other side data link layer will reject it. So while performing error detection or something. See here, almost it has reached till here. If you observe, this has crashed. But B also sent the frame. So now the collision occurred. Only this amount of data is collided between A and B. So both the frame need to be rejected by the receiver data link layer. So C also sent some frame here. D also sent the frame. So it has collided. Now all these four frames will be discarded by the receiver. The same way, here also there is some part of collision. These 2 frames are discarded. We call this approach as pure Aloha. So they adopted some mechanism in the pure Aloha to control this kind of collision to a certain extent. See, the limitation is the devices can send the data whenever it has frame to send. So I will not check others. I will not check others whether that person is sending the data or not. As it is a random access technique, so I don't have control over the other. I can't make other person to stop sending the data. So I don't have that control. So I need to decide whether I need to send the data or not. But according to pure Aloha, if you have data, you need to send the data. So how it works? Say start. I will be taking one variable as k. So this k will count the number of times I have transmitted the same data. Number of times I have transmitted the same data. So if I am the sender side data link layer, I will send the frame and start the timer. Send the frame and then start the timer. I am waiting for timeout occur. Within the timeout period, if I receive the acknowledgement from the receiver, then no collision has occurred. Data has reached the destination without any problem. Success. Within this timeout period, if I don't get the acknowledgement, that means data is corrupted or data is lost in between. One of the reason for data corruption or data loss is contention, or one of the reason for data loss is collision. So data may be data is collided like this because of the data is corrupted or data is lost. So I will increment this k. I will increment the k by 1. There will be one limit. So I can't keep on sending the same frame again and again. So suppose if I send the same frame of 10 times, 20 times, still the collision is occurring. I can't repeat sending it. So I need to fix how many times I can retransmit it. So now if k is greater than the k max, where k max is number of times we can retransmit the same data. So if it has crossed the limit, then that data transmission will be aborted. It can't be sent at all. That data can't be sent. So it will back off from data transmission. If k is still less than the k max, so it will pick one random number. That random number is between 0 and 2 to the power of k minus 1. So the k is 0 here. So initially, so it will pick one random number between 0 and 2 to the power of k minus 1. And it will calculate the waiting time based on this random number. So R is the random number. R into TP. What is TP here? TP means propagation time. Say this is the sender and the receiver. How much time required for a data to travel from one end to another end? We call it as propagation time. How much time required for a data to travel from one end to other end is called as propagation time. That is TP. So it will wait for R into TP, where TP is propagation time. So R is the random number chosen, and again after the waiting period, it will retransmit the same frame, and the procedure continues. Now the question is, why I should wait for a random amount of time? Why I can't fix the waiting time? See, if you observe this, here the collision has occurred. So if I fix some waiting time, standard waiting time, then everyone will, after that standard, suppose now A came to know that it has its data is collided, B came to know that its data is collided, C came to know that its data is collided, and also D came to know that its data is collided. Now everyone will back off this data transmission and wait for some amount of time. So if the waiting time is fixed, say let's assume 5 millisecond is the waiting time. If I fix, everyone will wait for 5 millisecond and start send the data again. Again collision will occur. What's the use? So instead of fixing this waiting time, if I take one random number R, so A may generate the random number as 2 milliseconds, B may generate the random number as 1, C may generate it as 3, and D may generate it as 2 again, just for example. In this case, only these two persons will get collided. As the waiting time of B and C is different, So it may send the data without any problem. That is the reason for choosing one random number for calculating the waiting time. So this is how your pure Aloha works. Okay. Any doubt or any confusion in this? Whether the pure Aloha is clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is the first technique what we are discussing. Say I want to send a data. I am a data nuclear and pure Aloha. I am programmed to use pure Aloha approach. Now what I will do? What I will do? So according to pure Aloha, whenever you have data to transmit, you need to send the data. I will not worry about anything. I have data to transmit now. I will send. I can't control the other person. I will not check whether other person is sending the data or not. My aim is to send the data whenever I have data to transmit. So because of this, collision occurs. So what we do, we follow some other approach. A modification is done to this pure Aloha. According to that, so I will send a frame, wait for acknowledgement. If I get the acknowledgement within timeout period, success. If I don't get the acknowledgement, then I will increase the number of time I am retransmitting. I will fix one limit for the number of time I can retransmit. If the limit is not reached, I will pick one random number and send the data with after that waiting time. The waiting time will be calculated based on random number R and the propagation time. Propagation time means time required for a data to travel from one end to another end. This is propagation time. This is how your pure Aloha works.